All right, what is up, everybody? It's sysadmin Sean here with another video. In this video, we are going to begin setting up our management server. So this server is going to be our Git repository master. It's going to be our Ansible master. It's going to basically contain all of the tools we are going to use moving forward to do any sort of automation tasks on our proxmox hosts. So stay tuned. All right, so we have our host here, and what we're working with is pretty much a blank operating system. It is a Raspbian because I'm using a Raspberry Pi. It's what I had laying around, so I figured I'd use it. And what we're going to install is Git, and we're going to get Ansible installed. So I'm going to follow the instructions that I have, and there may be some hiccups along the way. So, I'm going to leave them in because everyone deals with those sort of issues. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing we need to do to get this started is we need to install a couple of packages and some dependencies. So the first one's going to be Git, which should already be installed, but we're going to check anyway. Yep, there it is. And then next we are going to install Ansible via pip. And it should be fine to do that without sudo because it will be related to my environment. All right, that is installed. Now we need to install a couple other things, mainly requester and proxmoxer. Or requests. And that is already there. And let's get proxmoxer. Groovy. And as you can see, since our stuff is not added to path, we need to add it to path. So that'll take just a minute. Ansible can go out and do quite a lot for us, but what we're going to do is we are going to we're going to pull down our Git info once we modify and make a quick inventory file so that we can tell Ansible to collect information on our proxmox hosts. So stay with me here. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. So this is our basic inventory file that we had already made previously on this GitHub repository that I have stood up. Let's change this. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. We're going to call these Tiger Host 1, Tiger Host 2. The iDRAC's going to stay the same. That looks good. We don't have any virtual machines. We've got variables here, and we're going to do Ansible user, Ansible password, and of course you all know what this is because you've seen it before. There we go. Connection SSH, Ansible SSH common args equals -o, strict host key checking equals no, because we don't have a lot of that set up yet. And there is our basic inventory file to connect to our proxmox hosts. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a new file. Let's put it in here. New file. We're going to call this get info. Really, we should call it get info.yaml. Rename get info.yaml. There we go. And then we're basically going to boop, boop, boop. Name gather facts. Did I type one too many? I did. About proxmox hosts. We don't need that. Hosts. Proxmox. That will reference our inventory information from the file we just made. Gather facts. Yes. So we wanted to gather facts. Tasks. Name. Display gathered facts. So the only task that we're actually doing here is to show what it collects and store it in a variable. And that's it. We can save that. And then we can go and we can edit new playbook. And we will commit and sync. And that should be all we need to do. And then we need to pull it down from here. So let me grab the git clone. Boom. There we go. Now let's see if we did it right. We got to figure out what we called all this stuff. All right, Ansible playbook -i tiger inventory, and then we called this get info. Let's see what happens. Ooh, bum, 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 bum. So we need to install SSH pass. Kind of helps if you have everything you need. Interesting. All right. Let's see if that's in here. It's another one of the things I really like about Ansible is that it tells you if you're missing something pretty simple. And let's try it again and see what we get. And there we go. Here's our information about our hosts. Now, obviously, this isn't a lot of great information related to proxmox or anything, but it is information we can gather about our hosts at any one time, find out what network they're on, what configuration they've got for their network devices, processor information if we wanted that, all sorts of really cool stuff that we can get in there. Then we can store these in a file if we want to. We could generate a report about this stuff. Hey, we could run checks like, hey, what's the BIOS version on here? When was the last time it was updated? Tell me which ones are really out of date. We could do so much with this information. But that's pretty much the basics of getting Ansible going, getting a Git repo pulled down so that you can work with your files and run simple Ansible playbooks. Now, in the next playbook, what we'll probably do is we will probably switch over to something like creating a virtual machine, or at least getting information about virtual machines that are on the proxmox hosts or nodes. We can also do tons of stuff like building virtual machines, connecting things to clusters, managing storage, managing the network information. Pretty much anything you can do in Linux, you can do in Ansible. the same as a bash script, but Ansible gives you feedback on what it's been doing, what it's been changing, things like that. And that's pretty much it. So we will see you in the next one. Hey everyone, just wanted to say a big thank you for watching this video along with all the other ones that you check out. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content, and leave a comment down below. Let me know if I'm talking about the things you want to hear, and let me know what you want to hear about next. All of that does a great thing to support the channel, and if you want to support any more, there's a Patreon link down below. You can support for as low as $2 a month, or if you want to go for my Ko-fi link, coffee link, I'm not sure exactly how that's pronounced, you can make one-time donations there. It's sort of attached to my gaming channel, but it'll work for either one. So thanks.